both going.
So how did you come across this game?
So this was way back in the day when...
Be specific. How old are you? Your penis? Has it dropped yet?
Well, I think this came out in 2004, I want to say.
Okay.
It came out originally on GameCube, Xbox, and PS2.
I thought this was only on the GameCube. It came out on all of them?
Yeah. It actually came out on Game Boy Advance, too.
Was it some game they were hoping was going to be really big? Because I don't remember any advertisements for it.
I don't really know what they thought was going to happen. But, anyway, so yeah, I bought this. It was a demo at Game Crazy. You know, back in the day where it was, you still go rent things.
I don't remember this from the original Pitfall. When did this series of events occur?
So I didn't grow up on the original Pitfall. I grew up on the second one. No, the third one. It's called... What was it called? It was...
I'm sorry, but to interrupt again, is this actually the beginning of the game?
Sort of. It's like...
No, it's one of those things where it's like at late game,
yes.
But you'll start... Okay, because as I stated before, I don't recall ever seeing this happen in the Pitfalls. I remember falls and from in the pits, and then alligators and swinging on ropes. Sometimes snakes. Sometimes like barrels or something.
Yeah. So on the Atari version of the game, yes, there was not a lot going on. But the Super Nintendo / Genesis version it was called the Mayan Adventure. That's the one I grew up with, and that one you fight jaguars and stuff in the jungle.
With lightning fists in a circle of flame and what looks to be a Mayan.
You have a sling. Yeah! So anyway, yeah. Pitfall Harry is his name. He's voiced by Steve Bloom. Which is pretty cool.
Is his nickname Pitfall Harry, or is his first name Pitfall and last name Harry?
I'm pretty sure his first name's Pitfall.
Okay. So, this is just flagrant,
Here you go.
They say that when a giant demon jaguar-driven fire truck is about to terminate your existence, your life flashes before your eyes. Actually, no one says that. Not a lot of people have experience with giant demon jaguars.
That's a good point. I hope before these sequence of events he watched El Dorado, because he learned quite a bit about fighting giant
And
demons.
as of yesterday, neither did I. But that was before I met him.
Bittenbinder. Bernard Bittenbinder, PhD, to be precise. Thought we'd get introduced. The only ones on this plane to South America seems to be you and a group of...
You found that Toltec crystal
This
skull.
game is,
You discovered that light, when shining through it, actually slows down.
It's in, like, the 40s.
That research wasn't ever
What he
published.
did was definitely
Who are you?
new age.
Harry. Most people call me... Pitfall Harry.
So you assume I'm like most people.
If you notice, everyone has 3 fingers.
What are
Yes,
you
and
doing?
his neck is
Turning
stretching
on the
very
charm.
hard.
This is my medium set. Charm's getting to you, huh?
I got it from Game Crazy. This was a demo. I paid full price for it, $50.
First, rip in peace and pepperoni's Game Crazy.
Yeah. It was good.
Where's Nicole? There's only one shoot left!
But, I mean,
What are you
I wish
Let me
the
go.
such a good fun.
Now you're Mr. Macho? Saving a woman while you die from her in the cold night?
In the hot nights.
Ah!
HMS Titanic flashbacks coming back from my childhood when I was a young man of 33. Oof. Rough times. The screams. They still haunt me to this day.
Unfortunately, I'm playing the Wii version, so I have to do the motion controls. Which, it's actually not that bad, but I would really rather play with a controller. So anyway, yeah, the plane crashes, and...
How kind of... Is that a monkey?
Yeah, it
playing
was a monkey.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, for 2004, this game looks pretty solid. Sarlacc pits. as
pitfalls, man.
No, as we do recall from watching, oh God, what was it called? what was it, Neil Cicierega's Races of Star Wars, the infamous suck pit.
Yeah, yes. That was good. So yeah, obviously at the very beginning of the game, there's like references to the original here.
All right, well, be careful because it's a trick.
What have we here?
So you collect idols in this game,
Okay.
and the more idols
The
you
gods
collect,
strictly forbade it.
you
I'll
use.
mark this
You
on
can't
my
get that
map
one.
so I can
You use the idols to pay the shaman to teach you new attacks.
All right.
The physics in this game are pretty fun. They're kind of silly, but
Well,
it feels right.
how fluid are the controls? They seem pretty solid. But-
So they took this from Metroid Prime. You can
How you doing?
roll around like Samus. It's pretty cool.
And the fact that like he actually changes his body, that's pretty good. So there's explorers you run across in the game, just
Yeah,
like random
so-
explorers.
The idols, yeah, as it says, when you save an explorer, they give you an idol that's worth 5 idols.
The hands. This way, unga bunga.
And I'm actually not sure what the original point of them being on the aircraft was, but I know that Nicole is looking for her dad, which actually I guess that might be the whole reason.
Well, what's his face? As he was talking to Benedict Cumberbundle, he was saying, "It's like, oh yeah, you're the guy who found the Toltec skull, right? The crystal skull or something that like when light is shown on it, it emits beautiful radiation or something." I'm assuming that's what those explorers are. They were also hired by this guy. It just so happens you're the main character, and they're ergo the best one. So if you swim slowly, did the piranha get you?
Yeah, okay, so you can't really see it, but yeah, you have to wiggle your way out of the shark's mouth.
The shark?
Crocodile. Just kidding. I didn't swim fast enough. If
Yay!
you do it right, you don't get it. They'll miss every time they try and chomp you. Shark.
So you just swing the controller back and forth to go fast? That's pretty good. I like that.
It's not bad, but I originally played this with the GameCube controller, so it's different.
So was this was what, 2 years before the first Uncharted, right? How old is the Uncharted series?
The first Uncharted was like 2009, I thought.
Did you knock that monkey into the suck pit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up. When was Uncharted made? Because clearly Uncharted just stole all these ideas, and this, you know, including Indiana Jones and the movie that didn't happen. Non-existent.
Okay, so here's a shaman. I only have 8 idols. There's 3 attacks I remember you need.
Well, you needed that rising fist something.
Yeah. Well, no, the rising strike you get later, but the smash strike is super helpful. The super sling is super helpful. The breakdance is just funny.
Is that for like when you're getting trounced by a lot of enemies and you just spin in circles dancing?
Yeah.
Doing damage?
Yeah. And then when you stop, he does like a gangster pose. It's pretty great.
Well, at the time it would be mobster, right?
Who knows? It's something that shouldn't exist in the first place. This time
So
period.
wait,
Oh god.
they don't swing like you can actually change the direction you're swinging
Yeah.
like on the fly. That's okay.
It's not terrible. It's
yeah.
like I said,
It seems
regular
like
controller is nice.
it seems like something that could be very finicky.
Yeah.
Your capacity to judge the distance doesn't look too fantastic from such a perspective.
Well, that's the other issue is that I'm playing this on a Wii U, so the resolution is all messed up.
Was it originally better on the GameCube?
It's just that regular Wii games don't look very good on the Wii U. So I'd rather be playing this on like an old TV.
I like that rolling.
The rolling is nice. So here's some more Indiana Jones type references. If this game came out today, it might be rated T.
Really?
It might, yeah.
For stuff that comes up, or just the stuff we've seen
Yeah,
so far?
Just, yeah. The content is a little mature in some parts. Which is kind of, it surprises me that it's rated E. But according to the box, like I guess this, even the Wii version must have come out before E10, or they just decided it was rated E. It's surprises me because I know there's a little bit of like sexual content and stuff like that. But maybe it's the graphics that off-put it. So I know there's an idol here.
Oh, that's a nice little hidden area.
So now I have 9, which is cool. I'll probably get the Smash Strike first. Alright, I don't have the torch, so I can't save that guy.
You've met Steve Bloomer before, right? Have you ever asked him about this game?
Actually, that's the reason I met him. The first time I met him, I asked him about this game, and he said he loved doing it, that no one ever brings it up. And so that was kind of cool. It kind of set me apart from everyone else that he was talking to. And then I met him again on Father's Day in Las Vegas.
Because he is your father. It was a very emotional moment for both of you.
So here's another. This cutscene's pretty fun.
Hey, you made it.
Any other survivors?
The doctor, Mr. Leach, went off to find the others. Now, they took that tank, the Gizmo 85. Yes, a real improvement over the Gizmo 84. Follow the tracks. I'm sure you'll find them. Will you help us locate everyone?
I, get to rescue the girl?
I suggest you let her think she rescued herself. Here, you might try gathering water from that pond out there. Oh, it's very clean. Tasty, even. I think it may even possess healing properties. And it looks like you could use some healing.
Thanks.
Then follow those tracks. Me, I've got to fly.
Does he just leave the game?
No.
When I found out that Bittenbinder had survived the crash, I decided I'd follow his tracks to see if I could hitch a ride. I didn't know my choice would ultimately lead me to becoming lunch for a demonic jaguar, so off I went with my new canteen in hand.
Spoilers, Buscemi.
Yeah, so this game has a lot of like funny dialogue. Which,
And I'm assuming it's open world because you can go back and save that guy.
yeah, it's pretty open world. See, this is one of the few things that I really would like the controller for. Because you used to just use the C-stick. You could like walk around drunk. Or like make it look like you were drinking or something. It was kind of fun. But so you can have up to 4 items at a time. There's a lot of items though. There's some pretty silly stuff in this game.
So does that mean like the ones you're not actually using are stored somewhere else, or do you have to go back
You
and get
just
them every
hold
time?
the button, I think, and then the menu will pop up.
Oh, so it's like Ocarina of Time, where like you have your readily accessible
Yeah, kind
ones.
of. The Indians, I like the Indians.
Indians?
Natives. Sorry.
Natives?
That's what they call them in this game, natives.
The term is indigenous peoples. Filthy cishet scum.
So there's gonna be an idol off to the right here. I'm gonna go grab.
You're almost as bad as the Jews.
Easy, Brad.
Their time will come.
Ah. Okay. Screwed that jump up. Still trying to remember the controls a little bit. So the natives are throwing logs at me, as are one to do.
That's stereotyping, and that is wrong. Where is Reverend L. Sharpton to get mad at you?
There we go. Now I can get the idol. So I think that puts me at 9.
I think that should be 10, shouldn't it?
Something like that. I know I'm getting close. So I'll get that first attack, which will...
Well, can you just check in like a pause menu or something?
Yeah, but it's alright. I know by the time I find the next shaman, I will have...
Oh, okay, so there's multiple ones.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's plenty.
That's cool, how they like bounce and whatnot. There's an Atari... There was an old Atari game.
Look at these primitive people throwing fruit at me.
I can't remember what it was. It was an Atari game, and you play as an explorer, and you have to go and save your daughter. And, like, the trials you face are, bouncing boulders, indigenous folk that throw spears at you, and, like, or no. They like, jump up and down with, like, their spear, and they, like, want to stab you and whatnot. Boulders, and then you have to swing from ropes. And I always thought, like, maybe that was supposed to be the predecessor to this one. Or, the, like, predecessor to just Pitfall in general. Actually, I don't know. No, I would assume that one came out before Pitfall.
Yeah, like I said, I think this came out in 2004. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a game that really flew under the radar.
Oh, yeah.
But
it was on every console, and I didn't know anything about it until you brought it up.
This is probably my favorite third-party game
of all time.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's just charming in its own way, and it's just a straight adventure game. Plus, it's in a setting that I always like, just like jungle exploration.
What was it, Bibi Baba Waba?
Get water, Can't tell if this game is racist.
Is it a white male? Like,
oh, I should have put one in the. Oh, there's one left. I'll
in
put
the
him
suck
pit. Oh, maybe not.
Is there any grab attack, or do you have to like kick him into it?
They have to be near it. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to do that. So, but yeah, I mean, aside from the couple of things that require motion control, it feels pretty natural. And it's a decently long game.
See, he's running away from your evil colonizing powers.
Oh wait, there's an idol here. There's actually a couple.
He knows what you want with his people, to make them slaves to Starbucks. You filthy bigot.
Oh darn. Gotta take that. So,
Does he pose when he attacks?
I guess. So up here, I'm gonna climb this ruin. And,
it's not a ruin. There's nothing wrong with it. You're just applying your white sensibilities to it. Once again, being a filthy bigot.
Up here at the top, there's a shaman. So I can buy that attack.
Why is it a shaman and not a shaman woman? God!
Yo ha!
Every once in a while, I hear people like refer to it as a shaman, such as Wolverine in the old, like the original animated X-Men TV series, and then
or the Pokemon Shaman.
Well, that's also wrong. But anyways, like I've never heard a definitive answer on like is it supposed to be shaman or shaman. The vast majority of the time I've ever heard the word used is shaman.
So now I have this. Basically, it's like a down spike.
Do you think he could be in the next Smash?
Pitfall Harry for Smash 4.
Yeah.
So I'm just murdering natives.
Yep, as you are wont to do.
I am the white man.
What was it, Ichuta?
Ichuta.
Let me guess, White Devil, White Devil? Yes, do you speak Wachuta? Or Ichuta? What was it? Whatever the tribe was. I haven't seen those movies in forever. We should watch them. Are they still good?
Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
I like the second one.
Was that?
Can't get that.
That was the
one.
dolphin one, right?
No, that was the first one.
I thought the
The
dolphin
second one's in the jungle.
Okay, that was my favorite then.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Wachutu.
Wachutu, yes, you speak Wachutu.
So you climb this big ass tree. I believe there's also a.
You mean perfectly normal in its own size trees? Don't trunk shame.
I think at the top there's another idol. That's how they work. They just when they wake up, they yell at you, and then out of nowhere, just stuff starts flying at you, fruit or whatever, and it doesn't stop until all the animals in the vicinity
Are dead?
Yeah.
Because you murdered them?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's you either sneak by them or you kill them quick. And you're good to go.
Yeah, because mercy is beyond the white man.
Totally.
So if you were to get in that water right there, would there be crocodiles? Are all water features dangerous if you don't swim fast enough?
I actually don't think so. I think this water's fun. But I'm almost at the top.
So I'm assuming you need like the smash strike to get through like ground.
Yeah, there's
obstacles.
like cracked earth.
Yeah.
With like idols or whatever else in it. I don't know if at any point it becomes required. I don't remember.
But it makes it useful
it's just
for
nice
collecting.
to have, and it's a strong attack. You know what? You do need it to kill scorpions.
Will they damage you otherwise?
Yeah, it's just otherwise you have to avoid them, and they're annoying. Oh, okay. So one of the best characters in this game is the what is he? He's a leopard, I think, or a cheetah. I don't remember.
Does he talk to you or?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he talks. He's great. Here, this is where he comes in. This whole cutscene is pretty silly, but I enjoy it.
Huh?
Quick claw, that's it.
No need for thanks. All part of the job.
You can talk.
Some jags have what it takes, others don't.
You mean vocal cords?
Not vocal cords, magic. Why, isn't it apparent that I'm one of those super courageous jaguars who defend the weak, who protect the innocent, and who a very powerful, wise sorcerer would therefore bless with the power of speech?
That snake? It was dead.
Huh?
And you knew it.
Oh, no. Dead snakes are the most dangerous kind. You're walking down a path. You find a dead snake. You pick it up to study it. You slip on a rotting mango. You fly onto your back as the snake goes airborne. And there you are, helpless on the ground, when coming down through the air towards you is the dead snake. Its beady dead eyes fixed on you, its dead mouth wide open, and its dead fangs about to plunge right into your neck. Luckily for you, the bravest cat in the jungle just saved your life. Run!
No, I don't know who voices him, but I do like the character. You have a good point about the dead snake.
Have you ever seen those videos where like the snake's head is still moving even though it's been cut off?
Yeah, yeah. It's creepy.
It's like, do you remember how in Princess Mononoke, what's her face, the lady that runs like Irontown, makes that mention is like, even like a beheaded wolf or like even a wolf with its head cut off still has the power to bite. It's like, I get it, but like, was that supposed to be a reference to like, snakes or something? Because like they can still bite you, but I don't think wolves. Like I get it. The wolf, the teeth are still there. They can still hurt you even though it's dead. But still, like, to make it more applicable, it's like snakes can still totally bite you. And since Japan, as far as I know, isn't Ireland and isn't without snakes, they would probably know that. Whatever. That's still my favorite Ghibli film.
It was alright.
What do you mean it was alright? It was the best one.
I'm fucking this up all kinds.
I think the only one that comes close to how much I enjoy it was probably Castle in the Sky.
Never saw it.
Castle in the Sky is really, really, really good. And then The Secret World of Arietti never really caught me. It was really pretty, but I
like that one.
But like I grew up reading and watching The Borrowers, so like it was like, oh, this is just a different take on them, and I feel like it wasn't as adventure filled.
Right.
Plus, The Borrowers just came off as inordinately British to me when I was growing up, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, but it's usually more of a dry adventure feel than more American adventures. Was that guy just beating up that porcupine?
Yeah. Okay, so in this part,
his swimming animation looks like it was made by the guys who did Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. But as you're saying about this part,
so this is probably the funniest character in the game. You get to rescue him from a tree here in a second.
who's that talking?
That's his name's Leech.
Oh, Professor Leech.
Yeah. He
Or Mr. Leech, or whatever they said.
So they got the tank stuck. Oh, here we go.
They have a harpoon gun. Or grappling hook.
Things aren't going very well, I'm afraid. After we found this abandoned structure, Leech took off in his gyrocopter and got himself stuck in a tree. I've broken my arm. The gizmo tank's stuck. Here, take this.
The heroic handbook?
A book of knowledge that no adventurer should be without. I'm afraid some of the pages were scattered in the jungle during the crash, but at least the rising strike maneuver is still in there. It'll help you free the gizmo tank.
His head looks like a pineapple.
Okay.
Bitten.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it used to be A and B at the same time in the other game, but I guess you have to do like
Shake and A.
Rising strike up there.
It's kinda weird.
Knock down that pillar. Got it.
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as it looks like it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only because I understand how it worked originally.
Yeah, because you got good, bro.
Good job, Harry.
So why are you guys here?
Leech.
You're here for Leech?
Free Leech and the gyrocopter. My guess is that if you hit the bullseye on the wing, that should do it.
Mm-hmm.
They just give you a sling.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, you actually have a sling in this?
Yeah.
Slings are like the most underused weapon of all time. Holy crap!
Well, you had a sling in the Super Nintendo one as well.
Oh, I thought that was a
Well, at least
slingshot,
that's what I
actually.
tell myself now. He hasn't been heard from since.
So yeah, he's
His
talking
daughter
about Nicole's
Nicole
dad.
asked me to help her find him.
So after I
I
save
see.
Leech, I can save
You're
Nicole.
here because of
Nicole,
guilt.
which is not such a bad thing. For instance, you should feel guilty that you haven't tried to free Leech from that tree.
No, that's actually really, really cool. Because seriously, like, what other movies, games, comic books do you know of that people use the sling?
Never.
Yeah, it's like David and Goliath,
Yeah.
and that's it. And I think
So,
I think the sling is like criminally underused when virtually every culture knows how to make them. Do you have infinite shots?
You do.
Oh, cool.
You can get the supercharged one. So I'm gonna save some time here. You're supposed to like follow the tree path and stuff, and you can.
Oh, can you just take a long shot?
You can. Well, actually, I'll get the idol first. But yeah, you can just shoot from really far and hit the target. Okay, I'm gonna get eaten by prawns. That's cool.
Oh, you can hear him. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like the crocodiles. If you stay still, you just start losing health.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, there are islands off the coast of Italy, which, you know, they're still Italian islands, and they practice like a traditional form of like slingshotting that they've been using for thousands of years and whatnot. And it's like a big like custom thing or traditional thing where they'll just like have events and they'll see who's the best slinger. It's pretty interesting because everything I've looked up on it says that it'll take you maybe like 8 hours tops to get decent enough to use a sling properly, and then, you know, to be a master will take a lot more. But when you think about it, it's just about as simplistic a ranged weapon as you could make that isn't throwing a stick.
Yeah. Come on. There we go. So this is great. This whole cutscene is hilarious.
Hello there. You must be Harry. Hubert Leech. Oh, thanks for getting me down from there.
I just wanted to see if that thing works and if you could really fly it.
Oh, it does. And I can. And it can. And I will.
You can, or you will, or it will?
It can if I can. And it's my will that it will. So it can.
Hey, time is ticking.
But he can't.
Or won't.
Balls.
Oh!
I'm gonna set up camp here. You think you'll be able to find the other members of my party? Help them out if they're in trouble? Would you do that?
I can, and I will.
Would you stop talking like that?
I could, but I won't.
I could see
I certainly wasn't one to turn down Bittenbinder's request for help, and Nicole probably was the only girl within 100 miles. Luckily, Leech had chopped down that tree, so I decided to climb it and head back the way I came. Soon enough.